Hello all, we're here at the ECC Association PerspECCtives Conference in Colorado Springs. I'm with Lamberto Nonno with Baker Hughes. Lamberto, how are you, my friend?
Oh, fantastic. I'm really enjoying this conference. I mean, it's impressive.
Have you ever been here to the Broadmoor?
It's the first time. I've been participating in many conferences in the oil and gas, but this is really the best.
Look, I know you're from Italy. There's a lot of beautiful places, but the Broadmoor has got to be up there somewhere, right? Well, Alberto, I want to dig into everything you've contributed here to the conference. And I want to get into your discussion about human organizational performance. And before I do that, I want everybody to understand, tell us about your current role at Baker Hughes.
So I'm the director of HSNE governance and customer excellence.
Okay.
But of course, apart the governance role of it, what I'm trying to do is to help the industry and help Baker Hughes to be the leaders in this, helping the industry to advance how we see people performing, right? Because first, my role is about safety. But, before creating safety, we need to understand how people perform, right? How the work is done. This is one of the challenges that we're trying to change our mindset on. I'm embracing the human and organizational performance approach.
Lamberto, you brought up 5 key principles. I want you to dig into those. What are those?
So I didn't invent the principle, right? Just to be clear, but these are well recognized by the industry and outside our industry as well.
Okay.
And error is normal. It is blame, fix nothing. Contest, drive behavior. Learning and improving is vital. And as I said, then there is the 5th principle that for me is the one that put all them together, is how neither respond matters. And that's what we need to pay attention, and I wanted to make sure that I challenge the organization, the people that were here, reflecting upon it.
So you talked about learning from normal work. What are the tools that someone needs to learn from normal work?
Yeah, the key concept is that in the past, we've been waiting for failure to learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wait for failure and then you learn. And now failure doesn't happen all the time. And when it does, we get surprised because there is no trend. It's completely anomalous. But we can still learn from successful work. That is our point. And when we talk about the tools, of course, the HSNE professional probably know about it, but there are several. There is the walk to talk through, where basically we go through processes, right? And we try to understand what are the challenges, the constraints that our people in the front line have to follow the procedures, right? We have learning teams where actually, we put, with a facilitator, we put a group of people that perform a work, that are in a work environment, and we ask them again, what are the constraints that they need to face to complete the job, right? It's a very safe environment where people open up, and actually we allow a moment before talking about solution, really to talk about the problem, and then we get them back and talking about solution to really understand, what is the reality of the work, has it done, compare how we imagine, behind a desktop or screen, right, in our office. So that is another one. At Baker Hughes, we actually developed a new tool that actually can be also used. You don't need to be a facilitator. You can be a leader. But it's called Finding the Next Incident. And it's a way to actually leverage the knowledge, the experience of the people in the front line to come up with incident that has not happened yet, but you can treat them as a near miss. So when you have a near miss, what do? You investigate, of course,
right,
and you realize you might miss some of the barriers to control those others. It's the same, absolutely
same concept.
And of course, then we can leverage, the leadership engagements and all this kind of things. So there are several tools definitely that can be used.
You focus a lot on leadership engagement, Lamberto. Let me ask this. If there's one takeaway, a lot of leaders here at ECC, but if there's one takeaway that leaders should take away from your presentation, what would that be?
A simple one. And I keep repeating to all the leaders that I met, there is a lot of engagement with the front line. I think is happening. Everybody commits to go in the front line and talk to the people, right? But I think there is still missing the what to ask. So how do you feel safe? How is it going?
Right.
Or you ask how many observations you input, right? Things like that. Instead, I think there is 4 things that we can ask that brings us more value. I call it, and it's not, again, I didn't invent it. I mean, it's something that goes around in the industry. It's called the 4 Ds.
Okay.
You need to ask what is difficult. To ask your guy, what does make your job difficult?
Okay.
You need to ask what is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that, the hazard where we are not yet controlling very well?
Mm-hmm.
What is different? What is that, all the time you get to a job, it changes, right? And you need to readapt again. And last but not least, what is damned? What is that we ask you to do that does not make any sense, that doesn't bring any value? So if you ask those 4 questions, you learn something more. And of course, you bring back an expectation that you will improve and help the people to work better and eventually for yourself.
And that fourth D, I'll make a comment, is a lot of that is what have we done historically or the past too, right? I would lump that in there as well. So, well, Lamberto, I had a great time hanging out with you. Thank you for spending some time on the stage, and we appreciate you getting up to the microphone.
Thanks to you. Thanks to the ECC.
We absolutely
fantastic
community, isn't it? Yeah.
Indeed. Thank you.